Okay, so I'm going to give you a quick hack for how you can manage your credit score today by making changes to how you manage your credit balances. Up to a third of most credit scoring algorithms is based on how much credit you're using as a percentage of your total available credit. The goal is to not be above 30% on any individual credit card. It's actually going to be looked at across the total, but probably easier for you to manage individually. Okay, so let me explain what this means. So let's say you only have one credit card and it has a $1,000 limit. The amount that you owe at any given time divided by that $1,000 limit is the percentage used. So let's say that you currently have a balance of $200 on that credit card. You divide that 200 by the $1,000 limit and your percentage used is 20% as of today. Okay, so you get it. The goal is to be below 30%. But what do you do if you're already above 30% and you can't immediately pay it down? So I have a slightly controversial hack for you, and you're only going to want to utilize it if you feel confident that you can do so without actually increasing your debt and making your situation worse. So if you have a good payment history and you're doing well in other aspects of your credit worthiness, you actually can probably apply for a credit line increase with your current creditors. So what this allows you to do is to actually increase the total amount available to you, or that $1,000 in the denominator, which is going to help you decrease the overall percentage used. For most companies, this is actually super simple to do, and you can actually just quickly do it online. So let's continue with the example from earlier, where you owe $200 on your card that has a $1,000 limit. You call tomorrow and you ask them to increase your credit line to, let's say, $1,500, and you're successful. Now, all of a sudden, without doing anything and paying anything down, instead of that 20%, you now have an outstanding usage rate of 13%, the $200 over the new $1,500 credit limit. Slight caveat that there might be a small impact to your credit score by having to run your credit for the purposes of this increase. Kind of depends on the creditor and the company. But for most people, this should be outweighed by decreasing that usage rate overall. So the next option, which is slightly less desirable, is just to seek fully new lines of credit. This is going to have the same overall impact, as it gives you more available credit in that denominator without actually utilizing the numerator in any additional way. But this one is definitely going to require a credit run in order to open a new line of credit. So you have to kind of weigh that balance there. And again, you only want to do this if you feel confident that you're not actually going to utilize the additional debt that you now have access to. So the great thing about doing this is that it's going to make an immediate impact as soon as it actually hits your credit report. And so that usually can take 1 to 3 months after the change, but can make a strong positive increase to your score immediately.